This is Rogue Mystic Divination, and this is going to be a pick a card, yes, no, with an expanded meanings to it. So, thank you for tuning in. If you're new, please like and subscribe to the content if you like it, so you can be notified of whenever I post more. I do dailies, weeklies, and monthlies here on Rogue Mystic Divination. And if you are a returning subscriber, or just a returning viewer, thank you for tuning back in. Hopefully you find what you like here and you like it enough to like and sub. So, card 1, card 2, and card 3. So we can see everything. So go ahead and take a second and pick which one it is that you want. If it doesn't work directly for you or directly answer your question, it could be answering your question in a different way. Either by the answer that you're instinctively giving it, or in direct opposition to it, or you know what, take it as it is. Take it however you want to. If it doesn't work directly for you, it may be answering your question in a different way. And with that, we're going to flip card 1. Card 1 is the 5 of Pentacles, and you are going to be recovering from financial loss, from spiritual poverty, from needing charity, and soon you will be giving instead of receiving. Whatever your situation in life, it is about to improve greatly, and you'll be able to give to other people soon. However, ensure that you don't give too much and end up back in the spot that you're in right now, in a place of lack, in a place of worry. And it's better to spread out your charity, your generosity, for whenever people need it. And ensure that you're not giving to people that don't need it. And if you are giving to people, ensure that you're giving them what they need and what they want. Now, don't go enabling people just because it makes you feel good. That's not going to get anybody anywhere, and likely it's going to do more damage than it does any good. But really pay attention to what it is that people need. And they might not actually need a gift of prosperity. They might not need cash. They could be fine financially. And what they actually need is going to be either companionship, shoulder to lean on, something like that. That doesn't mean just because somebody needs time and attention that you need to go shack it up with somebody. You can do the same thing at a distance and not become romantically involved with them. And if you picked a pile one, this may be a problem that you end up finding yourself in quite a bit throughout life, where, well, you want to help somebody out and you or they took it too far, and they took the positive attention as an invitation to intimacy, or to a type of relationship that you were not looking for, but you ended up anyway because you don't like saying no to people. And if you're in a people pleaser kind of a state of being, it's going to be time to correct that. Just because you have the ability to outpour generosity and in one form or the other does not mean that everybody needs to be taking from you. It also does not mean that you don't have a right to borders and boundaries, and that there is an end to what it is that you're willing to give. So, pile 2. You may end up coming into contact with some kind of justice or fairness. This could include court documents that are making their way to you, or somebody contacting you, opening up the option for legal papers to be filed. It's going to have something to do with child support or alimony. Now, this could be you finding a pro bono lawyer, or somebody else suggesting a pro bono lawyer, or knowing somebody else that can help you with that. You may not even have to full-fledged go into a court situation. This could just be something that's mediated by the court. And if you've been having difficulty with a situation like this, if you've had difficulty getting things written down and being sure of what all parties expect from each other, then this is the time whenever you're going to be able to start writing things down and have things permanent. Like, this is what we both expect from each other, and if anybody has any issues with that, we can just go back to the paperwork and remind each other of what exactly it is that we expected going into this. Something, if this isn't for you, dealing with court or any kind of relationship, it could have to do with an inheritance. Someone that you've been at a distance from is going to end up somehow giving you something to balance out a difficult relationship. If you don't receive that paperwork today, keep an eye out in the mail, or if you're in accounting, you could do a accounting search for any documents that might have your name on it. This would be a very good time to search up your name and see if you happen to appear on something that you haven't gotten a notice for. There could be someone that's saying that you've been notified of either a will or inheritance or a chancery situation, and you haven't. They have somehow managed to falsify this or sidestep it, saying that, oh, you can't be found, you can't be contacted, you're estranged from the family. Someone somehow will end up finding you if you don't find this information on your own and notifying you of it. Even if they don't mean to, it could be something that just happens to slip whenever you hear them talking to somebody else. And, I just pictured someone walking through a Walmart. Maybe you're going there on a monthly grocery trip, and people who you don't have anything to do with, but feel like they're well acquainted with you, are going to end up seeing you and having a conversation about you, which you happen to overhear. Now, I don't see you really confronting them about this then, but you may end up casually contacting a lawyer or somebody else who may be able to have some kind of law insight or be able to check on records for you to see if what's actually going on. And why would they be saying this? Now, if there's something to it, you will be able to find out about it in that way, and they will be shocked to see you at like the reading of a will or at an estate auction, something like that. Also, if you are trying to become emancipated, this doesn't really seem like this is a child that's becoming emancipated. It seems like it's an adult that's attaining their freedom from something like a conservatorship. And that's where somebody else handles your money for you, handles your property for you, gives you permission to use your own assets, and may even have some kind of control over your medical history, your medical treatment. If you've been looking for some kind of freedom from a situation like that, you will be either taking them to court and succeeding in getting your freedom and obtaining full control of your assets back, or they will just be forced to hand it back over to you somehow. It could be because there is a adult wellness check or something that's been put into place, and after some investigation, it's been seen that they have either been mismanaging your assets or mismanaging a conservatorship. Whether or not it's for their own benefit or for the benefit of somebody else is still up for discovery, but whatever it is will come to light, and they may end up going to jail or at least facing fines for their involvement in this. Pile 3. If you chose the Fool, you have a new beginning starting, but you're not telling anybody about it. And you may not even realize that there is a new beginning that's coming up. It could come like a thief in the night. And whenever this happens, you will suddenly obtain your freedom, and your may not want to be telling a lot of people about this, because it could be a situation where you feel like the sharks smell the blood in the water, and they've been smelling it for a while, and they've been circling. Whatever the situation is, it seems like you're uncomfortable with it, and you don't want anybody knowing where it is that you're going, how you're getting there, or what you're taking with you. If you are doing this sudden transformation, it is going to be of your best interest to get a second phone or get another phone number. It does look like that if you do change your phone number, keep the one that you currently have for a while, and just like keep that SIM card in like a burner phone in order to keep the line active. And there might currently be some tracking software on your phone that you're not aware of. But something is going to end up coming up that's going to be of your benefit to know. So I wouldn't get rid of the phone number yet. I mean, start switching over your life to a new life, a clean slate, but something is going to come up in about a week, week and a half, maybe even within the next month, that you're going to be glad that you kept that phone number, because something very important regarding finances or property is going to end up coming through. Also, if you have a restraining order against somebody. That may be the only way somebody can alert you to something involving that. However, keep in mind that you do not need to have the phone on for somebody to be able to track you with it. And I know half of the phones out there right now, you can't even take the battery out of, but you can technically, I believe, still track a phone without a battery, without signal, without any kind of power to it. Don't ask me how, but if you're interested, go look into some conspiracy theories. Or conspiracy, not even conspiracy. Tech security channels. And this may actually just be a push for you to go look into some of that, because somebody could have been tracking you or following you. If you've had the suspicion in a way that will, you look into security professionals, like tech security professionals, will let you know exactly how it is that they've been doing it. If you have a vehicle, there might be a tracking, something to track your vehicle with on there, like an air tag. It's not something that you put there. It's not something generally conventional. It's not someplace that you would notice either. But if this applies to you, it does. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. It does look like somebody is watching you, and if they're not directly involved with law enforcement, then they are the exact opposite. Like, they may know where law enforcement gets their tracking gear, their military surplus and stuff like that, and maybe using some of that to either follow you or keep track of your whereabouts, even if they're not following you around town. It could be because they don't need to. They can just sit back on the app or on the computer and just see where it is that you're going and when you're going there. But that is going to be it for this reading. This is Rogue Mystic Divination, and thank you for tuning in. I do daily, weekly, and monthly tarot reads here, and the occasional pick a card, yes, no, what have you. So please keep tuning in and have notifications set for the channel whenever I release something. If you like the content here, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.